Okay, so we are getting the second game in here, I believe. Pretty sure the second game. Let's see which team is in. Whatever. Another game's still going on. So we do have about 2 minutes left in this delay. Uh, Already looking at these teams, this is a very, very kind of one-sided setup. The blue team here really has the ideal team set up. You've got Shin up the top lane, Jarvan in the jungle, Zyra, Ezreal bot lane, and then you have that Orion ultimate. So there's a huge amount of wombo combo coming from your blue team if they can all line it up. Purple team, they're definitely looking for laning dominance though. They do have that, excuse me, Leona Varus bot lane. They do have the Zed as well. Then you have Renekton up the top lane. He's actually, it's a fairly even matchup. Shen does duel a little bit better, but it is Renekton. He's going to push. However, Renekton has that teleport, so he's going to look to try to match Shen. Shen does have that extra combat summoner, so he might be able to assert his lane dominance. You've got a lot of mobility coming from both of your junglers. You've got Lee Sin on one hand and then Jarvan on the other. We'll see how this Blazing Dragon is going to be able to use that Lee Sin. See if we get any Insect style madness. And then you have Zed versus Orion in the mid lane, so this is a little bit one-sided here. Zed ideally would more or less just kind of destroy Oriana. He's really got the ability to. She can try and kite him about early on and really put a lot of punishment on him, try and zoom him out from minions. Zed can just farm with shurikens though. And down in the bot lane, you've got the Ezreal, Zyra. That's a lot of control for that lane, but then you have a lot of just wombo from the Leona and the Varus, a lot of CC as well, so they're going to be able to put plenty of burst down. Zyra's going to have to be careful about getting caught out, so we are jumping into the game now, and we are going to get this started. Okay guys, we are now in the Rift, and we are going to get this game started. We're looking at both of these teams. I'm going to go ahead and just put my money on the blue side. I like their wombo combo. We'll see if they're able to make it work. Jarvan into Shin, Ezreal, Oriana on top of a Zyra ultimate. That is very, very that's a very strong wombo combo if they can pull it off properly. Needless to say, the blue side does have a good amount of control for themselves. They've got the Renekton being able to wait in, and actually here comes Zed, and there's the ultimate from Shin. Well, the Shadow Dash coming across from Shin. He's going to spec into that early and land it on Zed. However, Zed is going to be able to flash out. Did he? He did take that shuriken, so he wasn't. He was actually had to burn that flash. And there goes Shin again with the the Shadow Dash, and he actually burned his flash as well that time. He's going to force Varus to just back off and actually retreat to base, but they're going to look to deny this blue buff here. However, Lee Sin is already transferring over. He is moving towards the blue side blue buff as well. Renekton and Zed are following with him, so they're just going to trade blue buffs and then head back to their own reds. So this is an even trade, a very even start as well. So hopefully they'll get underway soon. Varus actually just returning to the bot lane. We could see, actually, Shin going to take a good amount of damage here as he tries to stop the dragon and the blue buff attempt, or at least contest it. However, he's just going to head up to top lane and start farming. He popped one of his pots there, so he's going to have that taking up as Renekton comes in. A ping down on the top lane already. Lee Sin may look for an early gank. He actually left the small minions, so he didn't pick up level 2 there. Like Jarvan, he did get both the small minions, so he's going to hit level 2 already. He's going to hit his red buff, possibly look for an early lane gank on bot lane. We'll have to see what happens. Here comes Lee Sin, healing up with his own health pot. He's going to draw out that red buff, going to jump on it, start beating that down. Yep, here comes Jarvan looking to gank on the bot lane. There isn't a ward here, so he's going to get clean into this brush. This is very, very good for the blue team. Early moves being made. They weren't able to actually make anything happen earlier, burning a lot of summoner spells to get going on. Jarvan sitting off to the side here, and here he comes, looking for the ultimate, actually going to get the knockoff onto both of them. There is no flash onto Varus. He's going to burn his barrier, and he's going to get taken down. Jarvan picking up yet another first blood. It's the second one of this tournament so far, as Renekton actually winning out against Shin right now. Renekton is able to assert his lane dominance right now. He's still sitting on a ward, and he is going to try and bully out Shin here, who's just trying to do his best to farm up. So back to the bot lane, where Ezreal just continuing to farm up. Iona sitting under the tower, doesn't really have anything. And a lot of damage getting dropped onto Orianna by Zed, and Leona jumping onto Zyra, forcing the flash, but Leona getting creep blocked here. Bluffkin picking up a kill with the creeps really to thank there, and here comes Jarvan landing the gank onto Zed. A lot of damage. He's going to use his Shadow Clone to get out of there. Doesn't actually have his flash available still. He burned that early on in that early trade that he tried to, well, that early thing in the brush that he nearly died to. But he's just going to continue to farm up. Hasn't really didn't blow anything, just forced him back a little bit, and Shin actually finally equalized the minion kills up at the top lane after falling behind in a little bit of a deficit to Renekton. He's actually gone ahead now, actually using Shadow Dash across Renekton, actually putting a lot of pain down as Renekton uses Slice and Dice back and forth across it, as a lot of damage going onto Orianna as Jarvan comes in. He's got that red buff ticking. He might be able to get that second Dragon Strike out, and there's the last auto attack. Oh, the Dragon Strike actually misses, and Zed gets away clean with just a sliver of health. Jarvan had stayed, even if he'd gotten the standard off for the flat kill. And Lee Sin jumping on top here, and there's the ignite. Lee Sin actually jumping on a safeguard. Is it going to be enough? The health pot and the safeguard keeping him alive. That is two very narrow escapes already coming in for this purple team. Renekton going for it a little bit. He needs to be very careful. And there, the the katana coming out from Shin, getting him just a kill for himself there, as Renekton being a little bit ballsy there, thinking he would get more health back from the minions there. He didn't have that Fury empowered Q though to really do it for him. And so this is some very, very narrow escapes by the purple team, but they're also getting taken down fairly hard. They haven't really been able to make anything happen yet, despite these narrow escapes that they've gotten and then kind of thrown away. So Shin, he's going to pick up that Giant's Belt. He's already got that 6 minutes in. That one kill really helping him out. And this is going to make things really, really hard for Renekton, who did pick up a Chain Vest, but Shin does a lot of magic damage. His passive, his Q, that's all magic damage coming from Shin. It's really only his auto attacks that he has to worry about. But Renekton wants to start building into that Sunfire Cape, get that going, get that extra damage out. But Shin going to do the same thing. There's a big HP gap here. Renekton really only sitting on around 900 health. He's gonna have about 300 more when he pops his ultimate. But down on the bot lane, Varus getting really, really low. And they actually don't have the Ezreal ultimate, and they got like another minion wave and a half before they would get it. But both Leona and Varus are very low, and Varus is actually going to stick around. And there's the Jarvan onto the standard, and he just... Varus... This purple team is really, really risky, and it's really just kind of failing for them, unfortunately. They haven't really been able to make anything happen after very narrowly avoiding many of the ganks. And just some really poor decisions by the purple team here, and they're very, very greedy. They want these minions, they want to try and protect the towers, and they're paying for it, unfortunately. So Renekton just going to do the double golem up in top lane. As Lee said, he's trying to contest his blue buff, but Jarvan is actually going to take this. He's going to smite it out, and there's the grasping roots from Zyra. As Lee Sin just going to jump away, and now Varus needs to be careful. He's got this 3-man blue team unit, and here comes Zed. Zed does have level 6, however, he's probably not got the damage to make anything happen. He's only sitting on Dorn Shield and Longsword, and there's the ultimate onto Zyra, and the pop, there's the pop from Zed, and he is actually going to get that kill. But here comes Jarvan roaming about. He does have those tabby, so he's going to be able to take a lot more damage, and Zed needs to be careful. Oh, and the grasping roots, and he just barely gets across, and there's the mystic shot coming across from Ezreal, getting that final kill. Jarvan actually flashing after it to secure the kill as best he could. However, he's not going to get anything. Leona cleaning up that ward of the bot lane, and Shin actually missing this shadow dash. And Renekton's just going to slice and dice across, get out of there before anything too bad happens. And actually low on health. He does have that level 6, but that's compared to a level 8 Shin, and there's the ignite, the combat summoner actually paying out, and there's the ultimate coming in from Renekton. He's got a little bit of health, and Shin is gonna have the Shadow Dash soon, and actually if he flashes forward, the passive and the Shuriken and the Vorpal Blade is actually just going to take Renekton down. That magic damage burst, actually a lot more than Renekton wanted to deal with. So that is the second kill for Shin right now, and really across the board, other than Orianna, this is really going in the favor of your blue team here. So we've got Lee Sin actually roaming about. He does have those early gank boots, but that's really all he's got, unfortunately. He hasn't been able to make any moves around. He's really been unable to secure some of his buffs too. He got denied that blue buff both times around, really. He did get the one from the blue side early on, but he didn't actually get as much EXP because he forgot to secure the little minions. I don't know if he wanted to try and deny that the blue buff respawn, but Jarvan just cleaned those up. And so that blue buff actually has had respawn. Zyra moving to take that in with Jarvan. That's going to get handed over to her as Lee Sin just does the minions down here. Bot lane just continuing to farm. And Zed actually sitting around looking to possibly, he wanted to try and assassinate Orianna. Not going to be able to do that. And here comes Lee Sin, the ninja, sitting in the bush here. And they're going to back away. Very little going on around the map right now. And I take a look down here bot lane. We've both got 2 pink wards, 1 for each team. A better ward from your blue side here. They do have that the vision ward on the dragon, so they know that's not warded. They can do that fairly soon if they want to. They have the more or less upper hand after taking the early turret down in bot lane. Now Renekton, he still unfortunately just doesn't really have any items. And putting a little bit of damage down onto Shin and just backing out. Shin sitting on Ruby Crystal, Chains Vest, Giant's Belt. He's got quite a diverse build right now, building into multiple different things right now. He's got the makings of Sunfire, possibly the beginnings of a Spectre's Cowl, in addition to Ninja Tabby. So just pieces upon pieces for multiple different items. Hopefully we'll see what he builds into that. And we actually have pings by the blue team down onto Dragon. They're going to drop a pink ward, and your bot lane roaming up here to mid lane, possibly looking to get some damage down on Zed. And Ezreal using his arcane shift forward And Zed just going to jump across there, taking a few more shots from Mystic. Lee Sin coming in, and there's the Ezreal ultimate, actually taking Zed down dangerously low. Taking a lot of damage there, and Shin up in the top lane going to... Let's see that real quick. And Ezreal, yep, Renekton sitting down below his turret here, a lot of damage. And actually going to get that, he's going to get Shadow Dash across, and the minions going to finish it off. Actually didn't have time to pop his ultimate there. And so, yep. Boop. And now we jump back to live. Dragon got taken down. Jarvan just smiting that away. And Leona getting chased about. This is very bad. And Varus actually dodges the Mystic shots as she's going to get taken down by that. Giving it over to him. Leona actually gets out. Let's see if we can catch what happened in mid lane. And yep, yet another kill going down for Zed, and he's just going to get out. Now, we are going to jump back to live. Yep, there we go. The Varus finally getting taken down. And there we go. There we go. There we go. And yep, now we're live. So, no movement so far right now. The Dragon did get taken down by the blue team, so they've got that 6,000 gold advantage already. Again, a very big lead really early on into the game. A lot of that coming from just the laning dominance, especially of Shin up in the top lane, going 3-0 already against Renekton. Over twice the minion kills. And Lee Sin getting denied yet another buff. And he's actually going to jump into the middle of this blue team here. And you've got a fight going on. And a lot of damage going down on his head. He doesn't have that ultimate available quite yet. And there's the Leona ultimate. A lot of damage going across this. There's the Zed ultimate actually going down onto Ezreal. The death mark is active and it is going to pop. Unfortunately not doing enough. Ezreal dropping a few auto attacks onto him. Zed sitting around and taking auto attacks. They are sitting on top of ward. They do not know this. They're just going to back off. Both teams very low right now. It's up in the top lane. Shin just continuing to put the pain down on Renekton, just bullying him out. Renekton finally getting that Giant's Belt of his own. And Shin just continuing to drop Vorpal Blades on top of him, just chunking him down. I'm gonna see the dive soon, possibly. Yep, there it goes. And, oh, there's the Renekton ultimate actually getting him stunned up under the turret. But he's tanking the minions, just a huge amount of damage. Shin flashing in yet again, picking up a kill with his passive. So, Key Strike just securing yet another one. Down here in the mid lane, got Orianna just pushing up, and here comes Zed. He's got 25 seconds remaining on his ultimate. He's going to have that soon. He's going to be able to hopefully take out one of those carries. He finally does have his the Cutlass, so he's going to be able to stack that on. Oh, be able to combo. Get another kill. Leona coming in to back Zed up. Versus, well, we could have a fight in the making here. A 3-on-3 right now. You've got the junglers. You've got Jarvan coming up the mid lane here, possibly looking to back his team up. As Lee Sin just heads on out. Oh, and a lot of damage actually going down on Zyra. And the Grasping Roots just barely missing out. A lot of damage still going down on his Zed. And Jarvan jumping across, and here comes the ultimate onto Zyra, and there's the Shin ultimate. As Zyra gets her second kill of the game, actually taking down Zed there for the kill, and Leona gonna get knocked up, and here comes Shin. Ooh, and a really good ultimate coming from Leona, and she's going to get taken out by the Ezreal ultimate there, and now Varus has gotten caught out again. Lee Sin jumping across and following all the way, and he actually doesn't get the last bit of damage as Varus finally goes down, and there's the shutdown gold, 500 bonus onto Lee Sin. He needs to get out of here now. He is very, very deep right now. 3 men chasing after him. And Dragon, you've got about 2 minutes left on that. And Renekton finally pushing up in the top lane. He's going to get this turret for his team. Nobody's going to be able to respond to that in time, unfortunately. And
turret has been destroyed.
Let's see here. And everybody backs off. So we've got Orianna here in the mid lane, looking to possibly... Nope, she's just going to back away as well. And Zed just continuing to farm up in the mid lane. He actually does. He's kept up fairly well with Orianna. He was kind of piecing together a build right now, just trying to stay alive compared to Zed's burst. And let her team carrier get a lot of damage up at the top lane. You have the makings of Trinity Force with that Phage already started onto Shin, who is sitting pretty at 4-0. He's only recently roamed out with his ultimate, picking up a number of assists. And unfortunately, Renekton up in that top lane, he's still 0-4-0. Only the makings of a Sunfire really to his name so far. Oh, and we have pings going down in mid lane here. Shuriken's getting dodged out by Ezreal, and a little bit of damage. The Shadow Clone is going to disappear. So again, not really a whole lot going on. A lot of pink wards actually getting invested in Dragon here. They've got one in that brush. They didn't see that one. There's yet another pink ward going down. They've got 20 seconds left until this dragon spawns. And this safeguard actually, Sonic, is actually going to miss out. A lot of damage up the top lane as we have a fight forming up in the bot lane. A lot of pings on the dragon. It literally just spawned, and there we go. And so dragon is live. We are going to see a 4v4 dragon fight here. Shin doesn't quite have his ultimate up. He's going to have it for this fight, though. Just a matter of seconds. And here comes Jarvan jumping in on top of Lee Sin. Getting that red buff proc. Safeguard has been used. And there is the ultimate from Jarvan. He's actually going to force the flash from Lee Sin. As Renekton still just continuing to get beat down up by Shin in this top lane. He does, however, have the Renekton is going to be able to stop that Shin ultimate if he tries to join the fight. However, it will probably end up costing him his life. But there is Dragon going down yet again, so that's going to be back up around 24 minutes. If that game goes out this long, Shin just continuing to just sit under this tower more or less and beat down Renekton. Renekton's just going to have to go out, and here comes the ultimate onto Orianna by Zed. Zed, however, going to get caught out. Here comes Shin, Lee Sin, and everybody looking to make a fight happen here. They're not going to get it, however, and both teams just backing off. Zed going to recall, Shin headed back up to the top lane. Orianna just farming with Jarvan Relay to back her up. As Zyra and Ezreal sit in the bot lane or just push up. So again, a very long laning phase here as teams just continue to sit in their lanes and push. Shin finally moving back up to top lane, gonna look to try and get that turret down soon. Renekton's sitting pretty in the mid lane right now, so we could see a fight right here as Leona goes in on top of Zyra. They're actually Zyra flashing away, dropping her ultimate, looking to stop them out, and oh, the piercing shot from Varus actually misses, but we have this 5-man unit down in the bot lane. Ping's going down onto this bot turret as Zed backing out, possibly going to look to push mid lane. Renekton backing up. He's going to head up top lane. He needs to stop that push. And who's teleporting in? Up Renekton actually burning the teleport to get up to top lane to stop this 2-man push. He needs to be careful, however. They can probably dive him onto this. Shin is very tanky. And there's the ultimate coming from Renekton as Shin just continues to tank the turret. Renekton putting down some damage. And there's the Jarvan ultimate getting locked out. Unfortunately, he trapped Shin inside. And Shin has to flash out. And Renekton just barely going to survive. This... Oh, and the shutdown by Renekton. The plays. And here comes Zed. Looking to try and get the kill. And there goes Lee Sin jumping in. He's actually got the cripple down. Lee Sin has got that slow. Looking to get something down. And there comes the... the ultimate from Zed there. Actually, a little bit of a style points looking for that kill. And so this purple team finally making their way back into the game, picking up a number of kills, decreasing the gold lead to only around 6,000 or so. Not a whole lot of difference. Who am I kidding? That's actually a fairly substantial difference, especially at only 22 minutes. But this game is actually going to continue on as Ezreal moving through the jungle, looking to pick up red buff for himself there. He's got that Trinity Force. He's got a Tear as well and a BF sword. So looking at a number of different things here. Gonna build up that Muramana, get that started soon. Possibly a Bloodthirster as well. He's only sitting on level 1 boots. So he's got a number of things just cooking up right now. He needs to actually finish out some of these items as he does the race. And we could see another team fight here as the purple team moving as a unit, 3 of them at least. And Ezreal jumping forward a little bit far, taking a lot of damage from Zed actually. Doesn't have any lifesteal. He might actually have some from Quince. But Jarvan just continue to move here, and a lot of they've got a lot of movement, a lot of action here in the mid lane. As this purple team has joined up as the 5-man unit. Shin is split pushing in the top lane. He's got the makings of Randuin's. And see if he's got nearly enough for that. Not quite. He's got about 400. As Jarvan actually misses out his Dragon Strike standard combo. And we'll see if these teams want to fight. Zed does have his ultimate, so he's going to be able to assassinate somebody if he doesn't get locked up. And here goes Jarvan jumping in, and a lot of damage actually going onto Ezreal, and Zed just getting taken out as the 2-man effort up here in top lane to try and force Shin down. However, he's just so tanky. He's got so much armor right now. They're not going to be able to handle that as this 4-man unit in mid lane just pushing down, shoving straight down onto this turret. Oh, and Jarvan jumping the combo back up again. And they're going to get a turret here yet again as Shin just continues to shove down the top lane. A 70 minion advantage onto Renekton, who finally managed to break 100 CS. And Shin just continues to farm up, really making his presence felt up on this top lane. Dropping his passive up onto Renekton again. And you're going to get this 2-man going here. Shin has quite a bit of health, but he is going to actually try and take down Lee Sin here. Lee Sin's just going to back away, continue to let Renekton duel this one out. However, neither of them are going to win this duel, unfortunately. Shin is just too much of a beast right now. And there's the Ignite actually going in on Renekton. Is that going to burn him down? Yep, that is. And does he have the Shadow Dash? No, he doesn't, so he's actually just going to have to back away. Oh, and the Ezreal ultimate coming straight across, cleaning up yet another kill. So that puts Ezreal at 5-1. 5-1 for Shin as well, 3-1 for Jarvan. Oh, and a lot of damage going down onto Zyra. She's actually fairly tanky there. She's picked up quite a bit of health between that Kindle Gem and the Ruby Sightstone. So that is the 5th turret of the game for your blue team here. And Zyra actually burning a defensive ultimate there. They don't really want Zed on them as blue team takes yet another dragon. That is the 3rd one for their team. So they're just really good efforts by them to continue to snowball this lead that they've built up. So blue team is all just going to recall now. They've all got quite a chunk of change in their pocket to spend. We're gonna Shin picking up the random Omen now, and the makings of Sheen, cause Mana Shin, so good. And Jarvan picking up a ward and finishing out his Locket of the Iron Solari. So his blue team, they are getting very strong, and yep, there's the Bloodthirster from Ezreal. As Lee Sin does his blue buff. He's actually got that lantern, interestingly enough. I haven't seen a Wriggles in a long time. And unfortunately, this purple team, they don't have a whole lot of power play. A lot of the damage they have is onto Zed. Unfortunately, he doesn't even have that Blade of the Rune King yet. Actually choosing to skip that and get the Last Whisper. And Renekton actually going in really hard. Going to get dropped back by the Zyra ultimate, and this blue team kiting very, very well. Shin does have the ultimate available if they choose to fight, and here comes the Zed ultimate, and oh, just barely not picking up the damage onto Zyra, so Zyra is going to get out of there just barely alive. Rekton does have the Call the Meek up. He does have his W as well. Procced that up. Fortunately, not going to use that. So Zyra going to get out alive. Nobody really trading here as Shin just continues to shove up in the top lane. And Lee Sin making his presence felt. Going to try and clear these minions out. But he's just going to get dragged back by the taunt there. So, again, things kind of at a stalemate. This blue team not really making any efforts to try and secure things. But here comes the entire purple team. They really, really want to shut the Shin down. They really want to stop the split push. But unfortunately, they haven't been able to make it happen. Here comes the Lee Sin. He does have that cripple there. Finally got some CC down on him. Here comes the entire team on top of him. Oh, and he's actually going to Shadow Dash across Lee Sin. And he actually gets out safe. As 2 men in the mid lane here, they're going to secure a turret here by the looks of things. They've got that standard, and Shin jumping in, going 2v4. No, 1v2, because I'm an idiot. Actually looking to get the damage down on the Zed. Shin just choosing to ignore the Renekton here, trying to catch up to the Zed, and the flash getting burned out, and the ignite. There comes the ultimate, and he actually does get the kill. As mid lane here, got a lot going on. There's the Zhonya's from Zyra. Ah, the kick! Coming across, and that actually might save her. She's going to get out. Oh, and the ultimate from Varus finally going to pick her up, and are they able to get it? And Lee Sin comes whizzing across, going to pick it up. Shin, what are you doing? Shin! Don't! No! Oh! Shin! No! Oh, and Shin finally gets shut down. Lee Sin actually picking up yet another kill for himself. 3-1 now. And in the meantime, blue team has just been steadily pushing up bot lane, getting a number of getting yet another tower to their name. That makes 7 in total so far. And now Jarvan just going to take down this top lane here. Blue buff. Jesus Christ. And Dragon is going to be up in 2 minutes. However, this purple team, they have no turrets outside their base now. All of the outer turrets and all the inner turrets have been taken. All they've got left are the inhib turrets, and the Nexus turrets. So, if they lose a team fight, they could lose the entire game. And so, Ezreal going to pick up that red buff actually from Jarvan. Ooh, this could be bad. Renekton senses something's coming his way though, and he is going to bow out. He does not want to get caught in a 3-man combo. And Jarvan using his EQ combo, looking through the bushes, trying to find him. And they don't realize that he is long gone. But down in the bot lane, Lee Sin just continuing to push. Unfortunately, it's level 14 Lee Sin versus level 18 Shin. And he is just going to get out. Shin just going to go back to farming. Already having just a really substantial minion lead right now. 214, 220. And the 214 of Ezreal as well. Giving them a good advantage over this purple team who really hasn't been able to farm. Zed with the most at 182. He does finally have that Blade of the Rune King though. And here comes the blue team engaging on the purple team. A lot of damage going down. And here comes the Shin ultimate. Just jumping across, saving Ezreal's life. Oh, and here comes here comes Lee Sin, and a lot of things going down. A double kill for Varus now. Shin going to pick it up. And this is the 2 really, really tanky blue team members. I don't think he's going to be able to get out. And nope, that is a killing spree for Shen right now. 9-2. Sunfire, Randuin's Trinity, and Ninja Tabby. And this is going to be the inhibitor going over to the blue team. Here comes Lee Sin running up, dropping his Sonic Wave across there. And Shin just proxying in the base. And Lee Sin going aggressive, going to get a few spells out. Taking quite a bit of damage from red buff and just a single Vorpal Blade. And Shin just farming up. Really doesn't care that the entire enemy team is here. Ooh, but he needs to be careful. That Last Whisper's actually got a lot of power on him for the Zed. So he needs to get within range, try and get that Blade of the Rune King off. And... oh, come on, come on, come on! Get it up. And Shin, with that bonus move speed from Trinity Force, just gonna get out cleanly yet again. Which, more or less, all of the purple team is up in this top lane. Oh, and here comes the... is that gonna be enough? Oh, summon! Oh! Shen gets taken down by the Zed. The shutdown gold going over to the Shadow Ninja. Israel gonna pick up blue buff for himself. Could have been better on Orianna, but... oh, and now it's the purple team's turn to get caught out. And Renekton just... is he gonna be able to get out? Oh, he actually does. Oh, and the Lee Sin kick going to save his life. Unfortunately, Lee Sin needs to be careful now. And pretty much everybody's getting out safe. Renekton gonna have to deal with this Jarvan right now. And here comes the rest of the blue team. And there's the Ezreal getting the shots down across onto him. And yep, there we go. And the knockup. Whoop, and Jarvan actually secures that one for himself. Zyra getting taken down, Leona getting dropped on top of. Oh, and a lot of damage. Oh god, massive Shin shield. Was not expecting that. And Shin picking up yet another kill with Shadow Dash of all things. Actually, now he's just going to go to town onto this Varus. And yep, double kill for Shin. 11 and 3. Comstain, that name is just massive right now. And Lee Sin just going to hide out in his wolves and back out. This is a 1v4, 20 seconds for any of this purple team to respawn, so this could be game right here. And Lee Sin actually going really aggressive, he might be able to... and he gets taken down, 12 and 3 Shin, that's massive. There goes the Ezra ultimate, and that is going to be game going over to the blue team here. And there goes the Nexus. So, congratulations to the blue team. It is their first win of the tournament, and purple team, it is their first loss.